Hey everyone, welcome back. You know how much we love a good martial arts what if, right?
Oh yeah.
And today, we're diving deep into one that I gotta admit has had me thinking for a while now. We're talking Angela Mao
Oh wow.
versus Steven Seagal.
Okay, I am intrigued already.
I know, right? And lucky for us, we've got some expert analysis to help us break down how this ultimate showdown might actually go down.
This is one of those classic clashes of styles, isn't it? You've got two completely different approaches to fighting, which is what makes it so fascinating to imagine how they play out against each other.
So let's introduce our contenders. First up, in the red corner, we have Angela Mao, aka Lady Whirlwind. And that nickname, let me tell you, is no exaggeration. She's lightning fast. I mean, this woman is a master of kung fu, but she also trained in hapkido and taekwondo.
Yeah, her speed and agility are really legendary. You watch those fight scenes from her 70s movies, and it's like poetry in motion. But don't let that fool you. There's power behind every single movement. She's known for those super fast strikes that are just about impossible to block.
Right, exactly. It's one thing to be fast, but she's precise too. You know, she's not just flailing around. And watching her move from technique to technique is just incredible. Now, in the blue corner, we have Steven Seagal, who's a black belt in aikido, and also has experience in karate and judo. So definitely not a slouch in the martial arts department himself.
Aikido's so interesting. It's not about like brute force, it's more like redirecting your opponent's energy against them. Like if someone's charging at you, an aikido master wouldn't just meet that head on. They would use joint locks and throws to kind of like turn that force around and take them down.
Yeah, and you can't forget, Seagal definitely has the size advantage here. He's got that power and reach to keep opponents at bay. So if he can keep Mao at a distance, that aikido could be a real problem for her.
Yeah, that's a big if though, isn't it? I mean, it comes down to whether he can even lay a hand on her.
Exactly. So the big question is, how would his size in aikido fare against her speed and her diverse range of techniques, right? Because she's got kung fu, taekwondo, hapkido. Like, where do you even begin to defend against all of that?
Right, and she's got the stamina to keep up that whirlwind pace too. That's gotta be a factor here. Seagal definitely has strengths, no doubt, but honestly, I think Mao's speed and stamina would just give her a big edge.
So I'm just picturing this fight in my head. Mao's a blur, like, darting around Seagal, using that speed to stay just out of reach. He tries to grab her, but she's gone, already landed a jab or a kick before he can even react. I mean, it'd be like watching a hummingbird fight a bear.
Yeah.
Speed and precision against just raw power.
Totally. And it's not just speed she has. If Seagal manages to grab hold, she's got those hapkido skills to break free and counter, If he tries to keep his distance, her kung fu kicks can close that gap in an instant. It's like she's got an answer for everything he might try.
Yeah, she's a walking arsenal, basically.
Oh.
Okay, I've held you in suspense long enough. Who does the analysis say would win this epic battle? The moment of truth.
Drumroll, please. And the winner, by knockout, is Angela Mao.
I gotta say, I'm not surprised. When you look at her speed, her stamina, and her training and all those different styles, she's an unstoppable force. I mean, wow, can you imagine actually seeing that fight go down in real life? Who would you have bet on?
It's mind-blowing to think about, and it just shows you, right? It's not always about being the biggest or the strongest fighter. Sometimes speed, agility, that adaptability, that can be even more powerful for sure.
Absolutely. This whole deep dive has been a testament to Angela Mao and her incredible skills. It also makes you think it's not always about who looks like the powerhouse at first glance. Sometimes the underdog has hidden advantages that can totally change the game.
That's a good point. It makes you wonder, what other underdog stories are out there in martial arts history? What other amazing skills or strategies might we be overlooking because we're too focused on, like, the obvious stuff?
Right. I mean, there are so many different martial arts styles out there, each with its own strengths and weaknesses, philosophies even. It's like a whole universe of possibilities.
That's something to think about, for sure. I mean, who knows what other surprising matchups we could explore.
Yeah, there's always something new to learn and some new fight to imagine.
Exactly. Right? And who knows, maybe we'll uncover even more underdog champions along the way.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See you then.